Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Kuru's Shell. We are finishing off where we left off in our war. The other episode lasted way too long, by about 25 minutes. So that was not preferable, so I'm going to try to control myself this time and kind of cut it off when the timer actually does start screaming at me like, hey, shut this thing down. He uses that voice too, hey, shut this thing down, because pretty much the last episode was like twice as long as it should have been. But anyway, so where we left off, we were about to bombard this planet and take this planet, and we were, let's see, speaking of which, I'm going to send these guys to this planet into orbit, and we also had these guys over here about to take this planet. And we've already bombarded a nice bit. They have such a large army. So I'm just going to get this thing going here. And they have such a large army that I decided just to enter orbit and not land ships just yet, because I didn't want my my size 15 army to get destroyed by their. I mean, the garrisons aren't as powerful, but they're still a force to be reckoned with. So I just didn't want to risk losing any of my army guys, or all of them for that matter. It's better to have more than less as far as army forces. Actually, well, in any kind of thing, but I'm not going to go there. Planet border restriction. Okay, well, I'm going to take the capital world.
Construction complete.
This is probably going to end the. This is probably going to end the war. After I take this.
Fleet engaged.
Hold on. Where's this? Seriously? This is how it. This is stuff. This is the kind of stuff that just annoys me.
Construction complete.
Because this mining station here should not be an issue for us. I'm just gonna start invading this planet, and I'm just gonna move past that. I also have to upgrade all my transport ships so that they have shields, and that won't be as much of an issue.
Situation log updated.
Yeah, they pretty much are sending their transport ships just to get destroyed, just so they can end this invasion, and they're gonna fail. They're failed. And so, attack.
Station under attack.
Station under attack? From who? This is the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, how are they sending transport ships to fight actual fleet ships?
Hostile fleet engaged. Situation log updated.
These guys are gonna retreat. These guys can retreat.
Hostile fleet engaged. Research complete.
There we go. And they've got a little small fleet right here. Oh, I see. That's okay. That's where the station under attack. That makes perfect sense. Actually, they're destroying our wormhole station. That's not going to do much, guys, because you're done for.
Enemy planet secured.
And we won. Take that, suckers.
Situation log updated.
Force demands. Boom. We have heard the pain of the cosmos crying out against this conflict. To stop the senseless dissonance, we surrender immediately. Excellent. So now I control both of these guys. And first thing I'm going to do is go back in here and rebuild this wormhole station that these guys blew up. Rightfully, because we are actually, I can't complain. They do have a right to. They have a right to destroy. I mean, we are taking this, invaded their space. I mean, I can't. I can't get real righteous on them because it's we are kind of taken over. This is great because now I'm going to send my science ships in to research all that debris, and there's a lot of it to research. And this thing is giving me these fusion missiles options, but I have like antimatter missiles. I'm not sure why I need fusion missiles, but that's only 6 months. But I'm going to improve our, let's see, should I go with fighters or improved fighter wings? I'm going to go with improved fighter wings and bomber wings, 16 months, because they're very beneficial. These guys will do like 20 to 30 damage, and they penetrate shields. They ignore 50% of armor. So if you have, say, like 10 battle cruisers or battleships, and they have like 3 of those strike craft high hangars, you can do a great deal of damage with those. And they fly around from ship to ship, and they also you can also use these guys, these improved fighter wings, to fly around during the battle and destroy missiles. So we won't have to worry about anything with the missile species anymore. And so I have to do that, and I have to build. I'm gonna probably build like 5 battleships, and just have them strictly defense with these things, just so they can do a lot of point defense for our battleships and for our cruisers. So it's a good strategy. So peace offer. This war has raged long enough. We accept the peace offer. Okay. Great. So we have 2 tributaries, and so we're gonna get, each month we're getting 43.51 energy. In theory, tax. That's it. That's right. That's good. And as far as minerals, we're getting 33.15. Now, having said that, I need to see demand vassalization. They're disloyal, so that gives them a negative 1,000. But once they become loyal, because they're a subject, we get a bonus to things like subject relation and guaranteeing independence. Actually, you know what? I'm revoking guarantee. I do not guarantee their independence because I want to go to war with them if I can vassalize them. So that's that for those guys. These guys, the same thing. Revoke guarantee because I'm not guaranteeing their independence. They're not my vassal. Now, not guaranteeing their independence, vassals are different from tributaries. By not guaranteeing their independence, it pretty much means if someone else goes to war with them, then they can take them. But a lot of times people are less likely to attack protectorates. Not protectorates, I mean subjects. So I'm hoping that no one attacks them between now and the time I can actually integrate them. Let's see, offer protectorate status. They're loyal already. Probably because they went from being subjects of the other guys being subject to us, and they're used to being subjects. But also maybe the other guys had held their control with the iron fist, and so now they're kind of happy that they're not under their control. But this is good for me because they're not my protectorates yet. They're my subjects, and they're loyal, so I can get a research agreement with these guys. And since we're more technologically advanced than they are, we have the benefit of maybe offering extra research in exchange for minerals and or energy. So how many minerals can I get out of these guys without issue? I can get 4 minerals a month. Or what if I chose to go a different route and chose energy? How much energy can I get out of these guys a month? Ooh, okay, not a lot. So I might try 2 a month of energy, in addition to the taxes, and 3 minerals a month, and then I can make them a vassal at some point. So that's that. Distance is an issue here. I could, in theory, make them a protectorate in time instead of giving them research, but I've already sent them that deal, and they're going to take it, because we're way more powerful than them. But you know, again, I can go to war with them at any time, and I can take control, and that won't be an issue for us. They're loyal, so that's not going to change anything. The only way we can actually get them to become our protectorate at this point is if we get closer to them, and they're way over here. Like, we don't even have a planet over here that we can colonize yet. So we now have control over that. I want to now set our eyes on these guys, and we can actually, let me see if I can. If I go into their orbit, can I repair my ships? Will they repair? Maybe not, because they don't have a spaceport yet. Nope. Okay. So what we have to do is, before we go to war with these guys, I have to repair my ships. So I'm going to send them to this system. Let's see, from there to there to there. This might be closer. Which one's closest? Which one's closest? Because I want this to be a very quick trip. They're on the way other side of the galaxy. Not the galaxy, but the system. I want one closer to this side, so don't have to travel as far to get in and out of the system. These guys, perfect. So I'm going to send them to this system. And while we're working on that, I'm going to rebuild some more Corvettes. So let's see, daggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually,
Research complete.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 5. And okay, let's do some more officers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these guys are going to build. Let's see. Let's do some more. I need some more disruptor class, because I feel like we weren't really banging through their shields fast enough. Actually, no. Actually, never mind. Torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I realized that we have the officer class have those torpedoes, and those torpedoes do a great deal of damage. And you know what? Having said that, I'm just going to check one thing. For this spaceport, do I have any of that tech? I don't have any of that tech yet. I might actually build a. I'm going to start trying to build up the spaceports in this sector as well. That way I can build some armies. I like to use all of my spaceports, and just because it takes less time to build an army when all of your spaceports are at work, as opposed to putting all the work on like your core planets to build. And I think I already have engineering. Oops. No, I never did that with this system. With this not system, but this spaceport. So engineering bay. Boom. And then Corvette. Boom. And then destroyer. Boom. And that's that. And then I'll maybe I'm not going to use up all that just yet. I've got all those minerals there. I'm not going to use them all up just yet. Let's see. What did I get? Ooh! I finally got this research. Excellent. New research. Share the burden. In just a minute, I'm going to show you the benefits of what just happened there. But I'm going to do a military academy that'll reduce army upkeep. This Pitharian dust. Yes, actually, I'm going to research this, because if we have this in our system, actually it reveals the resource. It reveals whether or not it's in our system or not. If it's not in our system, we'll know where it is. If it is in our system, we can utilize it, and this will mean so much for us, because I'm going to need I'm going to need extra food to colonize planets. 40%, 40%, 40%, 40%, 45% for this desert world, 40%, 40%, 35%. Water worlds are now at, oh cool, tropical world is 80%, Gaia world is at 100% always. This is a tropical world, 75%. But water worlds are now 100% habitability, which means that we colonize those planets very quickly. We don't have any issues with those planets. So it's great that now all ocean worlds are 100%. This pays off, I assure you. And my next step is trying to get some more of the other. See, these guys kept trying to trade that habitability, that resource, and I kind of could take them up on that offer, but not while we're expanding our territory. Once we have a period where we're not going at war but focused on colonizing planets, and that time will come after we get these guys and start integrating all these other places. Then we can focus on trading and less on the shield strength. But anyway, gotta keep that going there. I've got all of those building. These guys are just gonna chill here. Actually, no, they're not. They're gonna join our main fleet. This is a support fleet, so Monobach. Eventually, I'm gonna build cruisers for the Monobach Armada. But right now I have to actually recoup there. I've been so focused on the primary fleet that I forgot that I have to recoup the losses of my secondary fleet as well, just so I can keep them useful. So what I might do is go to this planet. And I think I will. First, I'll build a solar plant network. I should build that on all of my other spaceports too. I'm gonna do that next. Engineering bay, Corvette assembly, and destroyer assembly. There we go.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. That's great. I'm just gonna go to all of these guys. Interesting. Ethics change. We have noticed a marked change in the ways of the primitive Slurpernorians on Tritita. Their society has turned inwards, and they are now far less accepting of strangers. Our aggressive observation flights and abductions all across their planet appears to have played some role in this, making the Slurpernorians more wary of the unknown. That's not good, because now they're going to be spiritualist xenophobes, and that's the last thing you want, right? Because then you get these crazy people running around hating people that aren't the same, and that's the last thing we want is spiritualist xenophobes. Definitely don't want that. So let's see. This right here. Okay, so we've got that. So I think they've pretty much already built all of these stations. Alright, that's not good. Okay, I mean that is good. So I guess I can just focus on their spaceport upgrades. Do they really need this extra food? Not really. They really don't need that extra food. Actually, they will. This guy's expanding here, and I guess they're going to open up these blocks pretty soon. I should give these guys more money. I should invest in my sectors.
Complete.
So I'll do that. I'm just gonna throw 1,000 minerals into that sector. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Construction complete.
So now they have a little bit more to, well, they use all of that very, very quickly. They obviously needed it. So I'm just gonna toss them another 1,000. And they've already used half of that. And it's good. I mean, I do have to give our sectors a bit more to work with, so that they can, because I mean, the more resources they have, the more they build, the more they improve themselves and upgrade their systems, and the better off the entire empire is as a whole. And it's actually the reason I made made them this way, and just pretty much focused on their sector being only planets, or mostly planets, is just so that we can feed them resources when they need it, but they don't become like this super big stockpile of resources. Because at some point, eventually, they're just going to be stockpiling energy credits and stockpiling minerals, and they're going to meet their cap, and they're just going to keep stockpiling, and it just becomes a waste of resources. So I try to feed them resources when they need it, but focus most of our resources on the empire as a whole to keep it together. Huh. Are these guys at war with anybody? I didn't expect to see the Polysimus guys in this system. What's in this black hole? Why are they going over here? What's the story with those guys? I'm not used to seeing a fleet, unless maybe because I'm so confused right now as to why these guys are over there. Oh, I see. They're at war with the Mi'kmaq. Okay, and the Mi'kmaqs are allies of the Piraq Republican provinces. Okay, that explains why they're in this territory. They're traveling through their space, and they're probably utilizing, let's see, what kind of hyperspace drives, right? Makes perfect sense. Hyperdrives have a particular route that they have to take, and so they have to make really, really weird. They travel through this system to this system just to get over to one system. That's why I don't use that method of travel ever. I usually use either warp, which is very free flowing, or warp or wormhole, which is a little bit restricted, but at the same time a lot faster. Anyway, I'm focused on that, and this episode has to get a little bit more interesting because I realize I'm just kind of tinkering and sort of waiting. We've prepared all of our ships, and so I'm going to send these guys. I'm going to send these guys actually to us, only because we're actually rebuilding energy credits, so if I don't have to have them out there spending our resources, then it's good just to rebuild, because we did give away a nice chunk of resources as far as energy credits. And then after we're prepared, after we've rebuilt our fleet power, well, they've got 25 corvettes right there, so that's good. So they're ready to rejoin this fleet. I'm just gonna see, we have 3 torch, 3 officer, 6 stagger. one Siphon class. I'm going to be phasing out the Siphon class, only because they're not as powerful or effective as the Disruptor class. But this does bring, this does make me realize that we don't have as much shields damage as I thought we did. Wow, that episode ended far too quickly. Far too quickly. So I'm gonna have to pause this and bring that to a close. But before I do, I'm just gonna focus our efforts on rebuilding those ships as well. We've got plenty of resources to build some more disruptor classes. So I'm gonna build like 10 of those, and then we're gonna build some more daggers for this Corvette fleet. This fleet's mostly focused on lasers. They're all laser. The scabbards and the daggers, they're all laser. So this fleet is actually easier to repair because they're not so mismatched. I'm not trying to make an even fleet. So with them being all laser, it's kind of simple. I know what to replace. But anyway, destroyers, no destroyers, but the disruptors. 4, 5, and disruptors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. This is gonna be a match. They're gonna be a match. And actually, you know what? I don't know why I did that just now. I mean, I know why I did that, but I should have done that. Yeah. Because any of my spaceports can build Corvettes. I don't need to use my primary planet to create Corvettes. I need to be creating some more. I'm just gonna undo that one too. I need to create some more cruisers. So let's go back here, and what was I doing here? Disruptors. 1, 5. Great. So those two are going to focus on disruptors. You are going to create a cruiser because we need to replace. We lost 2 cruisers. Okay. We lost a destroyer too. So you were going to build a destroyer, and let's do a Defender class destroyer. Thinking of that, I know exactly what kind of destroyer I'm going to create. I'm going to create some Defender classes because we need Defenders. In fact, I might just create a new kind of Defender class because the Defender class I have here, okay, it does have a scout wing. I'm going to have to upgrade that to a basic fighter wing. They do a little bit more. I've got to upgrade my ships too. That's going to be my next episode. I think my next episode is going to be focused on upgrading my ships because we got some more energy and we have better shields. So before I go into war again, I'm just going to kind of bump up those kind of things, or I might do it between episodes. Between episodes, I might just upgrade all the ships. That way it's not like painstaking watching me go through all those upgrades. Ooh, that is really cool. So I'll now have things like crystal plated. That increases our hull points significantly. So the 2 of those gives me, both of those are 5% each, so there's 10% total boost to my fleet. Let's see there. We have gamma lasers, so I'm going to be bumping those up too on all of my ships, just to get us up to where we need to be. But that'll be the next episode, it seems. Next episode we're going to boost all of our stuff here. I mean, not all of it, but most of it. I've got a lot to do, I realize now, as far as upgrading all my ships, because I have to upgrade every last one of them, especially the lasers, and actually I don't know everyone because all of them are going to have different better shields, and more power. So maybe I'll make my next episode focused on just upgrades, so you can kind of see how I upgrade for those that are new to the games, to see how the process goes and what the thought processes are. But this is a shorter episode. Next episode, I'm going to upgrade, and if we have time, I'm going to keep the ticker running while I'm doing the upgrades, just so I can accumulate resources and finish building ships. And then, because I just actually, you know what, since I just upgraded that ship, I can kind of get started on creating some more. That was a defender. Okay, so I'm gonna do some cruisers. A defender 2. So let's do 1, 2 of those, and have them fight. You know what? Yeah, I don't have the resources for any more than that. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. Next episode, we rework some of our ships, build up some resources, upgrade all those ships that we rework, and then go to war with the Pirak Republican provinces. Hopefully they don't lose any of their territory in the war that they're in with these guys to defend the Zikmok. And whoa, hold on a second. Hold the phone. Look at this size army. This is a 7K fleet plus a 9K fleet. So that's gigantic. This is the homeworld of the pirates. And this is their pirate primary ship. So this is something to keep in mind. This is going to be my territory in a short time period, in about 20 years. I say 20 years because in about 10 years we'll go to war with these guys again, and then we'll vassalize them. And then actually, it might be longer than 20 years now I think about it, because it depends on how quickly I can get these guys to be a vassal. But in the meantime, I do have to take these guys out, research it, and I keep saying I'm going to end this episode, but I have to do one more thing, and that is I have to put my science guys to work. They were supposed to be surveying all these systems, but I traded those. I did that trade and got all of these star charts, to my great dismay. Because that also, not doing star charts means that my science guys need to do something else to build up experience. How many sciences do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3. Great. So this guy, where is he? He's right there. This guy, where is he? He's right there. This guy, where is he? He's right there. Okay, I'm gonna send him to assist research on not this world, Kashnak. I knew it was one of them. To this world, because they are like a research hub pretty much. They're getting like major research. So he's gonna help bump up their research. So let's go with this guy. Let me zoom back out again. Okay. So that guy, he's gonna go to Kashnak, and he will research assist. And I'm also going to upgrade all of my science ships too, because my science ships and my transport ships, all of that stuff. The combat ships I upgrade. The support ships and civilian ships I generally and sadly I neglect. So I don't want to neglect those guys. I've studied all the debris in this system and then this system. So now I'm going to study the debris and these guys in space. I never actually entered their space. They lost without losing a thing. So I never had to put a single fleet in their space, and I'm sure they're very much relieved. But I do have to keep an eye on them because they are going to rebuild their forces, and if I have to go to war with them again, I don't want them to have too large of a fleet. But anyway, so I'm going to send this guy to this debris. Boom. This debris. Well, that's a lot of debris, so I'm going to send the other guy for that. And okay, so I'm going to send this other guy to do debris in this space, and then he'll kind of clean up whatever is left over here that the other guy isn't working on. Yeah, all that debris, all of the studying of the debris, that really helps us out. You've seen all the different things that we did, all the things we've accomplished. They actually, all of that debris actually helped us bump up the speed of this research progress on this and on our engineering. It also gave us some extra technologies like the improved batteries for our ships, because before we had the 0-point power, we skipped right past the antimatter power, and we're probably going to get a bonus to another sensor technology from fighting these guys, I believe. But anyway, that is the end of this episode, because I said I was going to shorten the episodes this time around. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and God be with you.